Your screen. Haha. Okay. Thanks for your guys' patience. So let me open up Jotform so you guys can kind of see what this looks like. Can everybody see my screen? Yes. Okay. So this is what Jotform looks like. As you guys can see, I use this for a lot of things. But to keep the free service of it, you guys can get like, I think it's 5 forms total. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just show you guys what this like Janice Langlois, what this one looks like. All right. And then I'm just going to copy this link. I'm going to paste it here. So when I share my link with Janice, this is what she gets. This is what her nail bar is. Why I like this is that you guys can use this for a referral link. You can use this as a text party. You can use this as an email party. You can essentially take the nail bar off of Facebook, which I know so many people are looking for other avenues. Not that I'm saying Facebook groups are, you don't want to do them anymore, but if you're looking for another avenue of a nail bar, this is a great way to do it. So this is Janice, this is her nail bar. And so I create this graphic inside Canva, or you can use Over, or whatever kind of graphics that you, whatever service that you use to make the graphics. Okay, and then she will send this out. She can send it through a text message, an email, and they have all the information right here about Color Street. So before we get started, I do a party giveaway. Why I love this, as soon as they fill it out, you're going to get a notification that says, Beth just filled out the form for Janice's nail bar. You're going to have their name, their email, their phone number. And you can see here, I said, I will use this to text you if you were a prize winner, because I want to get them in my phone. I want them to have my phone number. That's always my goal with my business and my customers, is I want another avenue to contact them besides just Facebook. I'm gonna have their address. All right, that's it, right? Easy peasy. Now it's time to party. So right here just kind of explains everything about Color Street, explains what we are, we're affordable, we're obviously everything here. I put in an application video. This is a widget, and I'll share with you guys how to do this, that you can either keep my video, or if you have an application video that you just love to share, you can add it into the widget, change it up so it is your video there. All right, a little bit about your nail dealer, right? You want this to make this really personal. You want people to be able to build a connection with you. So for me, I am a stay-at-home mom. I have 3 little ones. And I want some people might connect with that, because I'm, a crazy, usually hot mess mom that is running around chasing 3 little ones. Okay. So, and I like to put in here too, that I always say you want to plant that seed of the opportunity. So here, my dream was to stay home with my babies, and I was a teacher before this. So I kind of shared about that, but I didn't share a lot, right? I just shared that I wanted a way to pay bills, and now it's quickly turned into supporting my family, right? You want people to read that and be like, oh, well, if she can do it, maybe I can do it too. Then we're going to talk all about Color Street. This is the wish list. You're obviously going to have to edit it as you start having parties and we start, have the spring line and all of that. So these are all in the graphics groups. You'll just have to edit that out, and I will share with you guys how to do that. And then there's going to keep going through. So basically it's your nail bar, and they get to do it when they want to party. Okay. So how much does it cost? I still do an early bird special. I talk about our brand new nail polish remover. I like this, like a little mani break. They can kind of scroll through and see all the gorgeous combinations and manis that maybe they didn't think about, or like, oh, I want to see that color on, whatever it is, they can do that. This is where the text message can come into play as well. So just like in a party, if you guys do a like a game type in your nail bar, you're just going to turn it into your Jotform. So here is a game time, and then they're going to say in here, they're going to put in here, like, let's say they chose wine in a book. And once I see their entry and I get their phone number, I'm going to text them and be like, hey, Susie, I saw that you picked wine in a book. Congratulations. Here's what you won. And of course, we're going to try to upgrade them to a nail bar, right? So we're always thinking about booking another nail bar from a nail bar. Extra entries about the business. They can ask me anything about what I do. And then I put in the join special for this month. and then time to shop. And then they can click right here to get to Janice's nail bar. And then, thank you so much, right? When you support a small business, an actual human does a happy dance. And then I always want to get them to my text alerts as well. So yes, sign me up. I prefer emails, and no, thank you. Here's what I love about this Jotform. When they hit submit, they are going to be directed right to your VIP space. So as soon as they click this button, and I even put on there, you're going to get directed to my VIP group. And then, you know, you'll be entered for extra prizes or whatever. You can put whatever there. So once they hit submit, they are then going to be able to go right to your VIP bar or VIP group. So looking at this nail bar, what I'm going to do with you guys right now is I am going to, let's see here. I'm going to share this with you guys in the comments. And you guys can open this up, and I'm going to show you guys how to clone it. Let's see here. Okay, actually I want this. Okay, copy link. I'm like so new at Zoom still. Not going to stop share. Okay. I am going to out of this. Okay. I'm going to go to the chat. And here is the clone. So this is basically trying to think about the easiest way to do this. Okay, there's my Jotform that you're going to clone. Now, of course, like I always say, make sure you change it so it sounds like you, right? We don't want the exact same Jotform going around to every single nail bar. So change it up, make it you. That's why people are, you know, that's why you have your customers, because they're following for, you know, who you are. You've made that connection with them. So once you get this link, now I'm going to show you, I'm going to share my screen again. And I'm going to show with you guys how you can then clone this and how you can then edit it. So if you don't already have a Jotform account, you're going to have to create a Jotform account. I think you can do it through, like, they'll say log in through Facebook or whatever. And then let's go. I'm going to share my screen with you guys again. Share screen. Let's see here. Oh, this one. Okay. All right. So once you open up, I really need to move this down. Okay. Let me get back to Jotform. Okay. So if you are on a browser, you're going to see this create form here on the top left corner. If you are on your phone, you can do it from your phone too. So I'm going to show you guys. There's like, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's like a orange plus sign. You can do it right from your phone. And then you're going to hit create form. You're going to hit import form. And then you're going to click clone from a web page. Now, as you start doing this, you can clone your existing form. So let's say you save one that you're, okay, this is the one you could put on, when you create it, you can say, like Jotform to clone for nail bars. And then you just know that's the one you're going to keep cloning whenever you get a nail bar. So for now, for this purpose of this training, you're going to have to put from a web page and click the URL that I just shared with you. If you put it here, enter the URL. Now, what's cool about Jotform is if you see anybody's Jotform out there, whether you see a pre-order form or a sample request form or anything, you can easily just copy that URL and put it into your Jotform. And somebody told me that if you see a Google form, I haven't tried this yet, but somebody told me that you can put a Google form into it and Jotform will put it into their format. I have not tried it though, so don't quote me on that. Then you're going to hit create form. Now, this is your clone. You see where it says clone of original Jotform nail bar to clone. This is where you can edit everything and it is yours. So we're going to go through, if you're working with me, right? If you're on your computer and working with me, I'm going to show you guys how to change all the different aspects of this Jotform for your nail bar. What I like to do whenever I have the links to, once you have it in your VO, you have your nail bar links, I put it all in my link tree right here. So I never have to change that shopping link inside my Jotform because I just have it automatically being directed to my link tree. So for today, I'm going to be doing Angie's nail bar with you guys. So here, whenever you guys see a graphic or a widget that you want to change, you guys see this like little wheel right here. This is what you're going to click and click properties and remove that image right here where it says remove, and then put your own image there. Okay. And what I'll do too is I'll share with all the leaders my boards app that I have, my folder for it. And I have this graphic here from Canva that you guys can then just take and change. I have words to say that I say to my hostess and all of that. As I'm going, I am kind of adding to that board. So you will have all this once I get off of here. I will share that with your leader. And then this is as simple as it is. You're just going to go through and you're just going to change the name, Angie's Nail Bar. Just go through and change whatever you want to change to make it sound like you. You're going to go through, if you don't do an early bird special, if you do, whatever you want. I usually have, give them about a week for the party. So maybe you might want to do it longer or less. My first one that I did, her party was done in 3 days. So she basically, I posted it. She had 2 orders by that day. The next day she qualified and then she's like, all right, that's it. I think that's all who wants to order. We kept it open through St. Patrick's just in case, and we closed it out. The 2 that I have right now are super quiet. And so you're going to have to learn what you do as a host or to your host for hostess coaching. I'm still sending out personal messages to each party guest. I'm still welcoming them to the party. I'm still doing all the stuff that I did for Facebook groups, but I'm doing it here in the Jotform, however they set it up, which I'll go over in about a few minutes as I go through this. And then I'll kind of share with you guys how I run this Jotform party. So you're just going to scroll through, guys, and just change everything that you need to change. So here, if you want to change this widget, you just have to change the widget settings. My biggest tip is just play around with it. If you go to widget settings, here's where you can embed your YouTube video. Keep scrolling. This is where you can change. All that little wheel is where you can change everything. So this part is fairly easy. Here's what I do want to share with you guys. So this is the most important thing. If you get anything out of here, right here real quick, this is a link. You just kind of can highlight it. And then right here, this little link, you're going to insert and edit. And then you can change everything up there. Okay. So that goes right to my link tree. So if you set it up that way, all I have to do right now is just go through here and type in Angie, and then it's already set up. So I don't have to go through that part every time. All right. So you get the shopping, blah, 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 go all the way through. Here's your submit. Okay. Here's the biggest thing. If you guys can take anything away from this training, if you guys want to do a Jotform, is you have to go change the settings. So here I'm going to put Angie Rucker's nail bar. Okay. You can change the title. Here's the most important thing that you guys have to change. Emails, go here and go to autoresponder. Again, I have a YouTube video of all of this that I will share with the leaders that they can share with you. You want to go to the edit, the little pencil. This is where you want to change up your email. So once they hit that submit button, they're going to get a thank you email from you. So what do you want to put in there, right? I keep it really simple, so I don't have to keep editing this. Thank you for taking the time to party with me and support your host. I keep this super kind of vague so that I don't have to change it with every host, but you definitely can. All right. So I give my information, I give my URL, and then that's one important thing to change, because if you don't, and you take my clone, basically they're going to get an email. They're going to get this email from me. Now, I won't get their contact or anything, but you'll still get all of that. But they're going to get this thank you email, which you don't want them to get, right? You want them to get your information. Now, the second biggest thing that you need to change is this thank you page. If you go to this thank you page, here's the part when I first shared this, I was getting VIP requests from people I didn't know for nail bars that weren't mine. because they didn't change this link. Okay, redirect to an external link after submission. Guys, if you could change anything in this job form, this is it. You want to change this link to your VIP space, not to mine. You can also, if you don't want them to go to your VIP space, you can redirect them to the shopping link, right? To their party link. So that's another option. I liked for them to go to my VIP space because obviously I want them to join. But if you want them to go right to the shopping link, you can direct them to that. Those are the two main things that you need to change. Okay. Then you can hit publish. Here's the link that you're going to want to copy, right? And then that's the link that you're going to share with your host and to the party. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is, let's see here. This is all, let's see. Exit full screen. Where is this? Why can I not stop sharing? Oh, here. Okay. Stop share. It like disappeared on me. All right. So now you guys should all see me again, right? So the next thing that I'm just going to chat with you guys, now that you guys know how to clone it, and we have just about 8 minutes. And if you guys have questions, now is the time to ask them in the chat, and I'll try to answer them as quickly as I can. So the next thing people are asking me about is, how are you hostess coaching? How are you doing this? How are you, booking these nail bars? So to book these nail bars, what I simply have been doing, and this is something I'm like going through my VIP members. I know so many of them are quiet. So many past hosts have booked nail bars for me that haven't booked in a while. We have the spring line coming up. There's so many different things that you can just reach out. And so what I've been doing to some of my quiet VIP members is just been saying, hey, I just want to pop in and say, thank you so much for your support. I'm picking some winners for my VIP group this week, and you're one of them. Shoot me your address and I'll send you some fun nail mail. And when they give me their address, I can always love to upgrade them. Like, hey, have you ever thought about doing a nail bar? Our spring line's coming up. Whatever you need to do right now to send your personal messages out to get the nail bars booked. We know we have to be booking nail bars. We know that we need to be sending out personal messages to get them, because the likelihood that someone's just going to say, yes, I want to book a nail bar from a post is probably not going to happen, right? So once I get my host to say yes, I've been basically saying to get them to say yes and say, hey, I'm doing a totally different kind of nail bar. It's off of Facebook. You basically have your own website is what I call it. Because if you say Jotform, they're probably like, what the heck is that? So I say you get your own personal website that your friends can shop at their own leisure. There's no Facebook group required. There's no live event. You are just going to have to be responsible for sharing the link, or we'll create up a chat. Now, what I like is when they create a chat. So when they do that, I basically tell them the same hostess coaching. I say, all right, I'm going to reach out to Angie. All right, Angie, here's your task for this week. So I reach out to them about a week prior to their party. Okay, your task this week is I want you to send out personal messages to your girls. Here are the words that you can say. And I will share all of this with the boards app. And I give my hostess the words of what to say. And I say, once you get about 4 to 5 or more yeses, let's create your chat. Midweek, I'll check in with them and say, hey, have you had a chance to reach out to your girls? And a lot of times I'll do this in a voice message because I want them to hear my voice. I want to make it personal. And a lot of times I'm driving and trying to do a million things at once, and voice message is where it's at for me. So I send them a quick voice message, or I type something out and I say, hey, have you had a chance to send this out? Once they get their girls and they send me a message and say, all right, I got all of my girls invited. And then I say, all right, let's create your chat. I have the hostess then create the chat, and she welcomes everybody and says, thank you so much for joining my nail bar. I'm so excited about this new way to party. Here's what I love about Color Street, right? Because they're going to take their friend's word more than mine, because they don't know who I am. I'm just some stylist that wants to sell them some nail strips, right? So you want to make them build that connection with their friends. And they say, hey, I'm going to introduce you to my stylist, Beth, and she's going to take care of us. And then that's when I come in and I do a little welcome post and thank them for coming, share how the party's going to work. And then I share the Jotform. And then a lot of people are saying, okay, And I make sure I don't blow it up because I know how annoying that is to be in something you're like, oh my goodness, I'm getting a million messages. And so that's why I think it's so important for the hostess to send a personal message first and get the yes, instead of mass adding into a chat. Because I had another host do that. And she's like, I did my messages, but really she ended up mass adding and people were leaving the chat, which was fine. Which I'm like, if I don't get hurt about that or whatever, if they leave the chat, they leave the chat. And I even put in my message, like, if this isn't for you, feel free to leave, no hurt feelings. So I don't want people to be in there that don't want to be in there and to be, annoying or frustrated, or them frustrated that their phone keeps blowing up. So give them that option. And then basically what I do is you kind of have to feel out the chat. If it's already, she's getting orders. And basically my first party, I just did thank you post. As soon as I got an order, I said, hey, thank you, Susie, for your order. Love these sets you picked out, and did my thank you graphic. And then I did a thank you. I didn't do very many for her party. Now, the ones that I'm doing right now, I posted about the awareness strip. I posted about the Easter sets. Whenever there's a new launch, I posted. I shared some nail fees because the group is kind of quiet. And then I reached out to my host and said, hey, your party's almost over. Take some time and send a personal message out to your girls. It is more work on the host, but I feel like sometimes we need our host to be working. They're going to trust their friend more than they trust us. And then I still send out my personal message as well. And I just say, hey, just want to thank you so much for being part of Susie's Nail Bar. This means so much, to support her. Do you have any questions for me? Or do you need a link to shop or whatever? You can even throw them a special. If they order that day, you get 3 exit nails. That's where you get to have some freedom with your business, right? One day I just did a flash sale inside my party and I said, hey, anybody that orders gets a free set from me because I have inventory that I can move. But that's totally up what you can do in your business. Now, another way to do this, and I know I'm almost done, guys. Another way to do this is you can do this as a referral link. And I had a couple hostess say that I have just a couple girls excited, or can I just have the web page that I can personally share instead of having a chat? And that's fine too. We can keep our party links open for 60 days. So you could just create this form, give it to your host, and have it in your calendar to check in every week. Like, hey, do you have any questions? Do your girls have any questions? Do you even want to try some samples? And send it out more of a referral link. You can do an email party. You can give me your 5 girls' email addresses and I'll shoot this out in an email, a text party. That's what I like about this, is because you can take it to so many different levels of not just on Facebook, because we know social media is kind of, some people are on it, some people aren't, some people just check it periodically. It's just, I feel like it's done a little bit of a shift. So we can then take this form and we can then change this to whatever it is for our business. For this month, this is the way I'm solely doing my nail bar. So I don't even give my host any other option. I say, here's how we do my nail bars. Are you interested? I even share them like an example. I'm like, hey, here's one of my hostess that are doing a nail bar right now. Is this something you'd be interested in? And go through and just start sending out personal messages to your VIP members, to past guests. Talk about the spring line coming. Say, hey, I don't really know much about our spring line, but it's coming. I'm so excited about it. Do you want to be able to share this with your friends and family? We can set up a super quick nail bar that requires, no Facebook. So that's where right now, I feel like now through spring launch, we really need to be taking this time and sending out as many personal messages as we can, and try to get as many Jotform parties open as you can, because essentially you can have your 5 open, or not quite sure all the payment I pay for it. I forget what it is, but you can do Google form, however it is, and try to get as many nail bars as you can book now, so that when that spring line hits, these girls are going to have a brand new collection to shop. So yes, does anybody have any questions? I will share my boards app. I can show you what it looks like a little bit. I know I talked fast. I feel like 30 minutes flies by, and this is such like a new thing. I'm like, can I do a working party? I'm like, I don't think it's going to work. I have to do a working party or a working one, but this is what it looks like. So when we get to the Jotform, you guys will have how I do my hostess coaching. You'll have all these words that I say. Just go through it, play with it, copy that Jotform board, and then change it up to what you do. I've had a lot of people message me and say, okay, well, what do you do for hostess coaching? And honestly, I'm like, I'm taking it day by day. As soon as each party's not the same, And I might throw in a cute nail fee that I see that I am totally a fly by the seat of my pants kind of person, because I'm usually like doing a million things at once. Like, oh, that nail fee is really cute. I'm going to share that with this party today. If it's really quiet, I try to do about one a day, try to get the feel of the party. And then I the biggest thing is keep in contact with your host so that they know, what are they doing behind the scenes as well. So does anybody have any questions about the Jotform party? And you can do this for a Google form too. Any questions? All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share all of this with the leaders so that they can then share with you guys. I'll share my YouTube training. I'll share my boards. Everything that I have, I will share with you. That way you can clone it. You can change it to how what it works for you. But the biggest thing is start today. Start getting those nail bars booked for our spring collection. So it's going to be a good one. All right. Any other questions? All right, ladies. Thanks for joining. Bye.